Hi guys, today I am going to do a tutorial on some passion fruit slash peaches. We're going to be using three colors. The colors I'm going to be using are the New Gamboge and the Parole Scarlet from the Daniel Smith colors. I'm sure someone is going to tell me how to pronounce this. You're more than welcome to. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I am also going to be using the sepia from the St. Petersburg collection. I found out what this was called. This is like the really dark brown that they have in it. And I just have some black on the side for the seeds, for the slices of the passion fruit. So again, this is going to be like a combination of passion fruit and peaches, and this is just to kind of get a pattern going and to blend the colors. So I have some of the colors, the orange and the yellow, on here already, and I am going to use them just as soon as I tell you which brushes I'm going to be using. For brushes, I am using the number 4. This will be to make the seeds. I will also use the number 8 for the Princeton Neptune, or in the Princeton Neptune rather. And lastly, I will use, I had one more, where is it? I will use the number 8 in the Silver Black Velvet. All right, so let's just get started. So to start off, I'll start off with the peach right here. It's half a peach and it's just kind of cut off. I've just done a rough trace because I have a couple of different versions, slices, halves that I'm painting with you guys. So this will just kind of keep me focused and help me move the tutorial along. So to start off, I am going to use my number 8 and dampen the area of the peach, just the peach fleshy bit, not the area for the seed. So I'm just going around and I'm dampening this area nicely. And so this technique that I'm using, which is kind of wet on wet, you could say it's very similar to the butterfly, the technique I've used to do the butterfly in the butterfly tutorial, if you guys have seen that. So now that I've dampened this area, I'm just going to go in and get some of the yellow, and I am just going to do a swoop like this. And it's a very rough swoop, and there will be some areas that don't have color because this is a loose version of a peach. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. And now I'm going to go in with the number 8 in the Neptune and get some of the scarlet and add some of that to my edges just to highlight some areas, and then also within the pink itself, sorry, not the pink, the yellow itself, because the peach is a combination and a monochromatic variation of like an orange, yellow, red sort of thing. So we want to incorporate that into this as much as we can. And then I'm just going to highlight the edges some more because they're normally slightly darker. So we want that to seep in nicely. And it doesn't have to be all around, just certain areas. And you're fine once you've done that. All right, so something like that. And then the outer shell of the peach, I'm just going to be using the same red to kind of finish that off. And I'm leaving a little bit of white space in between the outer portion of the peach and the inner, and then just kind of visibly make it darker so you can see that it's a different area of it. And then finally we're going to do the center, and for that we're using this sepia or sepia. I'm going to get as much as I can and get it like a really nice saturated color, and then just lay it on. And making sure that the outer, the fleshy area of the peach is not still damp, otherwise you'll have some brown seeping into the orange, so be mindful of that. And then I'm just adding a variation, like a darker variation of the brown in it, and I'm going to let that dry. And once this is dry, we're going to go in and add some texture to the seed. But so that's for the half of the peach. Now this is the fun bit. You can have a little more fun with this, and these are just exercises to help you guys even get your blending technique more down packed, you can say, and just using minimal colors with less thought. And it's like mindless shapes that you can just, not mindless shapes, it's shapes, easy shapes that you can mindlessly kind of just practice on a sheet. So have fun with it. So I'm going to be using my number 8 and getting the yellow, and then I'm just going to swoosh it this way, and I'm pressing down, and then I'm tapering away and just ending it at a point. And then I'm going to get some of the red, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. And see how the red bleeds in? And it has that nice little tapering, blending kind of look, because you kind of went to the edge and just blended it in while it was still damp. And then you can add some additional darker shades at the top, and it just makes for a really nice rich painting, and it's super simple. I'm just going to add some detail here because I don't want it to be like a hard ending, so some detail over there, and we're good. So for the like one additional thing I'm going to do is this. You will see, let me just wash off some of the red that I had on the Neptune, and I am just going to add some detail to the edge, because this is where you got to give an impression of the skin. So I'm just doing a very thin line that kind of starts off pretty dark and then ends off light because it's blending in with the color here. And then we'll do the same thing here, and then once again you'll get to see how that flows. So like I mentioned previously, I'm getting my yellow, and then I'm just going to lay it on nicely, dragging my brush, spreading the color. And then using my number 8 Neptune, I'm just going to go back and get some of that nice red orange and add it in, a nice splash. And again, playing with the top because I don't want it to be super hard-edged. And then using the same brush, I'm just going to go at the bottom and add like a portion of the skin, just to give it some perspective. And there we go. That's that. So that's typically how you would do it. You want to add some extra flair to it. What I would also suggest is doing something like this. I'm just going to introduce the Squirrel Mop brush, and while this is still damp, if you just want to have some colors flowing all over the page, just kind of touch the edge and just pull it out and just swoosh it around, like if you want to give it a nice swoosh. And then that just kind of takes it to a whole other level, because now you see how this is giving you that nice little swirl. That's just if you want to enhance and make it a little more artsy. The other thing I would do is, let's just pretend that instead of a peach now, we are now making it a, what was I going to say? The passion fruit. And so for the passion fruit, it has some seeds inside. The colors are very similar, but it just had it contains some seeds. So we're going to take the black and using the number 4, get some of the black in on there, and then just add some seeds. Just make sure that it's semi-damp, if not fully, before you add the seeds, otherwise it might seep in all over. So mine is still pretty damp, so I think I should wait a little more, but I'm so excited and eager, so I'm just going to add a little bit here and there. And then those are your seeds. And again, it's a very loose drawing, painting of these fruit. So you're supposed to kind of make it a pattern. It could be an abstract pattern that you're doing for a card or something. So it doesn't have to be super detailed with the detail and accuracy. So you're supposed to just have fun with it and just enjoy the process. I'm just trying to add thin lines to it. Yep, so that's that. Now I'm going to go back in and do this last one here. And then the tutorial is done. So I'm getting my yellow, and I am going to just do an arc with it. And I'll add more yellow to the bottom of it so it doesn't dry and look too light in color compared to the red. And then I'm going to go in with my red. I have some red on this already, and just add it in. And it gives you that nice little whatchamacallit, the monochromatic red to yellow kind of feel, which I love. And then I'm just going to add very lightly to the edges, because that's how peaches are as well. And it'll dry lighter. So again, these will be like a nice pattern that you can have, like a summer pattern for a card for someone or something. And it just gives you that pop of color, right? So anyway, so this is how you do simple shapes, just using your basic colors and just kind of having fun with it. There's so much that can be obtained from just using minimal color and minimal strokes. So I would say this is a good exercise to kind of try your hand at that and just creating a pattern. So anyways, thanks guys so much for watching, and let me know in the comments what you thought. And oh, actually, sorry, before I go on with the comment spiel, we have to do the detailing for the seed. So now for the seed, we are taking the number 4 again, and then we're just going to add a pattern, kind of, not really a pattern, but like lines, just kind of going zigzagging up and down, which is what the seed for the peach looks like typically. And you just want to have it at random. And yeah, let me just do some so it doesn't look too stark. All right, there we go. And that's it. So yeah, now I can say, let me know guys what you thought in the comments below. If you like this tutorial, please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I love hearing from you guys. I guess, yeah, that's it. Thanks so much guys for watching, and we'll chat soon. Bye.